Hey guys, so today I'm going to be filming a what I eat in a day video. So this is kind of like a, so today's Saturday. So this is pretty much what I eat like on the weekends, because obviously during the work week it's a little bit harder to prepare for foods and stuff. So along the way I'll show you some things that I'll do during the weekdays that makes it a little bit easier. But for the most part, this is what I eat in a day. So I guess we can go ahead and get started with breakfast. I think it's about like 6:30 right now. I don't have my phone with me, but let's go get started with breakfast. So for breakfast, I'm going to be making an egg white omelet and some cantaloupe. So in the egg white omelet, I'm going to do 2 egg whites and 1 full egg, so 3 eggs total. And then I'm going to add a couple things inside of it. And then I also have some pre-cut cantaloupe that I cut last night, so I'll be eating that as well. Typically during the work week, I'll eat one of these little Quaker oatmeal cups to go for breakfast. They're super yummy. They have 160 calories and they're just so easy to pop in the microwave for like 60 seconds and eat on your way to work. So these are usually my go-to and my fave. My favorite flavor is the maple brown sugar, but for some reason they were out. Also, I just cooked Charlie some bacon in the air fryer. So this isn't our air fryer. We're actually borrowing it from Charlie's brother. But we just cooked some bacon in it and it was super yummy. I had a bite of his bacon and then he also had some fruit. But I'll be having an egg white omelet and some cantaloupe. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the stove onto like a medium heat. And then I'm going to spray some olive oil spray on there just so it can heat up. And we'll let that heat up for a sec. And then I'm going to come over here to the eggs. And let's see if I can crack this with one hand. Probably not. I'm going to do 1 full egg. And then I know I definitely can't crack egg whites on here. But what you do is when you crack the egg, over the sink is usually how I do it. You take both shells and you kind of just pass the yolk until you have all of the egg white. Well, actually, you do it over the bowl, not over the sink. So you crack the egg over the bowl, and you take both shells, passing the yolk until all of the egg whites have fallen in the bowl, and then I usually just throw the yolk away. So I'm going to do that with 2 more eggs. So now that I've done that, I'm going to add a little bit of pepper. And then I'm going to also add a little bit of salt, and also some parsley. So now I'm going to mix this together. So now that that's all mixed, I'm going to pour it straight into here. And then take the spatula and kind of move it around a little bit to get it flat. But this isn't a very big omelet, and this isn't a very big omelet, and it's kind of a big pan. So you don't have to do too much of this part because it already covers the whole bottom of the pan. I couldn't do that last part on camera, but what I did was took half of the omelet and I flipped it over to make half a circle. And so I'm going to let it cook for like a minute or 2 on this side, and then I'm going to flip it and let it cook for a minute or two on the other side. Alright, so she's done. I'm going to turn off the heat and I will slide it on my plate. So I'm also going to add a few pieces of cantaloupe because I just cut this up last night and I want to A, make sure I get it all eaten before it goes bad, and B, I love cantaloupe. I love fresh fruit in general, so it's nice to have already pre-cut in the fridge ready to eat. So I'm going to eat a few pieces of cantaloupe and this, and then you can't forget to top it off with some sriracha. So good. Yep, so this is what I typically will eat for breakfast, mostly on the weekends, but if I have time during the work week, I will make an omelet just because they don't take a super long amount of time to make. So there's breakfast. So it is about 10 o'clock, and I am going to be making my clear skin cocktail that I drink daily. So what I'm going to be doing is I have a little blender bottle with some ice and water in it. But I'm going to be adding some greens to it, which has your 12 servings of fruits and veggies for the day. I'm going to be adding some BCAAs, which, as you can see on the bottle, well, maybe you can see, it's not zooming for some reason. The BCAAs increase recovery, support muscle growth, promote protein synthesis, And then my collagen peptides, which repair joints, tendons, and cartilage, restore youthful skin, hair, and nails, revitalize your body from the inside out. So these are all supplements that I take from BOWMAR Nutrition. And I try really hard to drink one of these a day. Sometimes I do forget, but I'm going to be making this right now. So I'm gonna add 1 scoop of the BCAAs to the mix. I'm gonna be adding 1 scoop of the greens. And then I'm gonna add 2 scoops of the collagen peptides. So I haven't had anything since breakfast, so I'm gonna shake this up, drink this, and then I'll probably get ready and go to the gym. So I'll show you guys what supplements I take before I go to the gym. Okay, so I'm getting ready to go to the gym. I just had my clear skin cocktail. I drank all of that. It's 10:40. I'm getting ready to take my pre-workout. And then while I'm at the gym, I drink my essential amino acids. And then after my workout, I drink my protein shake. So I'll just show you all of those things since I probably will leave my camera at home. So I'm about to take my pre-workout. I take the BOWMAR Nutrition Pre. It's super good. It's the strawberry kiwi flavored. This is my favorite pre-workout I've ever used. And it literally works so good. So good that I don't actually take a full scoop. I take a little less than a full scoop because it works so well. So this does have caffeine in it. I take it every morning because I get up at 4 to go to the gym. So I take this every single morning. But they do have a stim-free option. And this is the stuff that Charlie takes. Or if I'm going to the gym on the weekends and I've already had coffee or something, which today I haven't, I would take this instead. So this is the same flavor, same everything minus the caffeine. But yes, so I'm going to be taking the one that does have caffeine in it because I haven't had any today. So I'm going to mix that with 8 to 10 ounces of water. Then when I'm at the gym, I take a scoop of the essentials. And it's pretty much the same thing as the BCAAs that I put in the clear skin cocktail. It just has a little more essential amino acids in it. And it's lemonade iced tea flavor, which is my life. It's so good. And then after my workout on my way home, I always take this and keep it in the truck. And I'll drink this on my way home. And this is the Premier Protein Caramel Protein Shake. Best protein shake I've ever had. And you can get it pretty much anywhere. So I'll make sure to link everything in the description of all the supplements that I'm taking, but this is pretty much my regimen while I work out. So it is 12:40 and I just got back from the gym, so I'm going to make a lighter lunch. After the protein shakes, I usually get pretty full, so I'm gonna make a lighter quinoa bowl lunch. So I'll show you guys. So all that I use is the tri-colored quinoa. I make half a cup of that, and I don't, look at my dog. Oh, she gone. She gone. Okay, back to this. So I use the tri-colored quinoa from Walmart, and I make about a half a cup of that. I'm gonna cut up some grape tomatoes, sriracha, yum sauce, feta cheese, black olives, and sliced almonds. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the quinoa on. It's usually the same as rice, so like a 2-to-1 ratio. So I'll do half a cup of quinoa and 1 cup of water, and that'll take about 10 minutes. And then after that, after I put it on, I will cut these in half and open everything up. So I will be right back. So the quinoa is finished cooking. So I am going to, gotta clean these dog hairs out of my bowl first since that is inevitable. So I'm going to put the quinoa in the bowl because I have to do that double-handed. So maybe I can like set this up right here. You guys can watch me do this. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the quinoa. I probably won't put all of it in there. I'm gonna leave a little bit out because I'm not starving. So I have the quinoa in the bowl. Now I'm going to add some tomatoes. I cut up some of the grape tomatoes. I'm going to add olives. Probably just gonna be easier to dump. I'm going to add some feta cheese. I'm a little heavy on the feta. And then my favorite part is the sliced almonds. Freaking love sliced almonds, you guys. So good. And then I'm going to add the sriracha, which just overflowed, so that's cool. Does that happen to anybody else? Because that happens to me almost every time. So I'm going to add sriracha. And then last but not least, yum sauce, which is my absolute favorite. I think we bought this maybe like 2 or 1 week ago. Bought this not that long ago, and it's already almost gone. So I'm going to add that baby in there. And that is lunch. Quinoa bowl. I probably won't eat all this. Actually, who am I kidding? I probably will. But that's lunch. So I will show you guys. Oh, and by the way, I just drink water with this. And for breakfast, I had just water with it. Nothing special. So there we go. So it's currently 2 o'clock, and I am going to prep the chicken for dinner tonight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these out of the package, cut off all the fat, and then cut them into strips, and I'm going to put them in a plastic bag with some garlic and olive oil so they can marinate for a couple hours before I cook dinner. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I have my chicken all cut up into strips and put in the bag. So I'm going to add some olive oil to the bag. And then I'm going to be adding some minced garlic to it as well. And the last thing I'm going to add is some Italian seasoning. So now I'm going to zip it shut, let out some of the air, and then mix her all in. So now that the chicken is all mixed up in the bag with the marinade, I'm going to let that sit in the fridge for a few hours. I think it only, sorry, the lighting's really bad. I think it only technically takes a couple hours for the chicken to be fully marinated. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the fridge. While the chicken marinates in the fridge, I'm going to be drinking this clear protein drink from Premier Protein. I just got these a couple weeks ago, maybe like a week ago. They're 90 calories, they have 20 grams of protein, and it's tropical punch flavored. They're super good, and my big goal for this year is to up my protein intake by a lot, because I am not a big meat eater, like, at all in general, and I just, like, really my main source of protein comes from my supplements. So I'm going to be drinking this until dinner, and I will come back when it is time to cook dinner. There's Charlie's dinner.
I'm a rookie.
He also made some duck jerky today, which is actually pretty good. Okay, so for dinner, I'm going to be making chicken on the stove, asparagus in the oven, and this big ass, I don't even know why, look at literally, it's huge, sweet potato in the air fryer. So first thing I'm going to do is peel the potato, the sweet potato, and then I'm going to cut the asparagus. And I'll put the asparagus on the baking sheet with olive oil, salt, pepper, and Parmesan. And I'll put the sweet potato in the air fryer with a little bit of this Red Robin seasoning. And then I will just put all of the contents of this bag into the pan and let it fry up. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So the sweet potatoes are in the air fryer, the asparagus is in the oven, and now I'm going to put the chicken on the pan. So I have it at like medium-ish heat. My oven runs really hot, so usually like right below 5 is actually medium. So I'm going to dump the chicken in there, and it has olive oil obviously in it already because that's what we marinated it with. So I'm just going to dump her in, and we'll let that cook up. So I ended up putting salt and pepper on the chicken, and then I actually turned it up to medium-high. because just everything else only has about like 8 minutes left, so I just wanted to make sure that it all gets done at the same time. So one of the things I didn't mention when I was cutting the chicken into strips is why I was cutting it into strips. So the main reason, honestly, is because like chicken kind of weirds me out a little bit, so if I can cut it up into little mini pieces, then I know it'll be cooked all the way through. It's a lot easier to tell. And the second reason is when you marinate it, that marinates a lot better when it's in smaller pieces, especially if you don't marinate it for like a day or two. So that's the reason why they're in little strips. So the chicken is finished. The asparagus just came out of the oven. And the sweet potatoes are done in the air fryer, so I'm going to assemble our plates. These are our plates for dinner. And typically, if I'm being really good, the lighting is always so bad. If I'm being really good, then I usually just eat dinner and then go to bed. But if I'm feeling like I want a treat, I will eat these Skinny Cow fudge bars. I think they're like 160 calories each. But I try not to buy them, but I have a couple in the fridge, so if I'm feeling like I want a nice treat after the end of the day, I'll usually eat one of those. I also really like these Justin's peanut butter cups. They're not like healthy at all. They're just regular peanut butter cups. They're just organic. But I keep them in the freezer, and I'll have like 1 or 2 of those at the end of the day also, if I'm feeling frisky. But typically I will try to just eat dinner and then drink a lot of water and go to bed. So thank you guys for watching my what I eat in a day video, and let me know if you like this video because I can do this more often, maybe like a work week version. But anyways, thanks guys. I'll see you in my next video.